As wrestling fans, it's something we pride ourselves on is our wrestling trivia. Now, with 40 years of WrestleMania, there's bound to be a lot of stats and facts that we are just going to kind of forget. We're going to get it lost in the memory. So, we're going to look at 50 trivia questions today. They're going to test our knowledge on WrestleMania facts and stats. Now, before we get started, I do have one fact for you guys already, and that is you should hit the like button down below. And also, if you like stats, why not help grow my subscriber count? And let's grow this channel and develop our own wrestling community, and I can provide more content for you guys in the days, years, future to come. So today's quiz, we're going to check out Sporkle.com. They have a lot of great quizzes, a lot of great wrestling quizzes. And today's quiz asks us if we know these 50 interesting WrestleMania facts and stats. Let's get into it. Now, since it is Sporkle, we do always have a timer on the quiz, and today's timer is 15 minutes. Question number 1. Which of these wrestlers have never main evented both WrestleMania and Starrcade? Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair. I'm going to go with Piper. Ric Flair. Okay, so already down 1. Which WWE tag team has never competed in a tag team championship match at WrestleMania? Team Hell No, Legion of Doom, DIY, APA. Oh, man. I feel like Legion of Doom's a lock. APA, I don't remember enough to think they did a tag team championship match, unless it was a multi-man. DIY, I think they were in the multi-man last year. Team Hell No, it was 2013 was their WrestleMania year. I'm gonna go with APA. Legion of Doom? Oh, man. Okay, I'm really bad at this. Currently, which match is the highest rated WrestleMania match of all time, according to CageMatch.net, with a 9.64 rating? Bret Hart versus Steve Austin, Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 10, TLC 2, The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. These are all classics. My personal favorite is Taker versus Shawn. The TLC match is fantastic. But I got a feeling it's going to be some old school bias here, and I'm going to go with Bret Hart and Austin. There we go. All right. Which WrestleMania holds the attendance record, the highest single day attendance with 80,709. WrestleMania 3, WrestleMania 32, WrestleMania 31, WrestleMania 25. I want to say that is in Dallas, WrestleMania 32. Okay. Who is the only wrestler to have won the United States Championship twice at WrestleMania? John Cena, The Miz, MVP, Chris Benoit. I know John Cena's done it twice. That had been WrestleMania 20 against The Big Show and WrestleMania 31 against Rusev. So I'm going to lock that in. Okay. Which WrestleMania holds the record for most pay-per-view buy rates at 1.3 million buys? Ooh. 15 and 17 are huge Attitude Era pay-per-views. And that's at the height of the business. WrestleMania 28, you have The Rock and Cena. I'm going to have to lock in at... I know WrestleMania 17 is one of the most popular WrestleManias. You have Rock and Austin. You have a ladder match. I'm going to lock that one in. 28, really? Once in a lifetime, I guess. Who holds the distinction of being the only wrestler to lose a match at both WrestleManias in Canada? Hogan was definitely at 18. Definitely at 6. Oh, that's right. He lost the Warrior. All right. Hulk Hogan. Not counting the COVID lockdown, WrestleMania 36 in 2020. Which WrestleMania holds the record for the lowest attendance with 16,158? WrestleMania 9 in Las Vegas, WrestleMania 7, 11, and 10. WrestleMania, well, let's lock it in. All right, so I was wrong. Who is the only wrestler to have won the WWE Championship and the United States Championship at WrestleMania? I would assume that's John Cena. Yeah, okay. Which WrestleMania was the first to be held outdoors? I want to say that was the Las Vegas one. Yes. Which two wrestlers are tied for losing the WWE Championship 3 times at WrestleMania? Ooh. Losing the WWE Championship 3 times. I feel like Rock is definitely a possibility. Has Triple H lost it 3 times? It might be, well, Brock. I think it's Brock. Yeah, there we go. The Rock and Brock. Which wrestler currently holds the record for the most losses at WrestleMania with 12 losses? Good Lord. I have to say Triple H. Yeah. Which wrestler is the only one to lose 2 different titles at the same WrestleMania? Christian, Kurt Angle, The Miz, Seth Rollins. 2 different titles. I'm going to go with Christian. Maybe the Hardcore Championship was involved. Yeah. Nope. Kurt Angle. Which is the only WrestleMania to have been held on Monday night? On a Monday night. Ooh. Well, technically in 2020, you had the random Big Show match that they aired on Monday. So I'm just going to go with that. Nope. WrestleMania 2. Which is the only WrestleMania to have only one singles match on the card? Huh. Damn, that's a good question. A lot of stars in the Attitude Era. I'm just going to lock in 2000. Okay. Including pre-show, who was the only wrestler to have competed in 5 straight WrestleManias for a different title on the line in each championship match? Ooh. Let's go Sammy. Nope, Daniel Bryan. Including pre-show, which women wrestler currently holds the best WrestleMania record at 4-1? I think Bianca's undefeated, but I don't think she's been in that many. Bayley, I feel like Bayley's won a couple. So is Becky. Well, Becky's lost a few. Let's go Charlotte. No, it was Bianca. I thought Bianca was undefeated. Who is the only man to win a women's match at WrestleMania? Santino Marella. That was the Diva Battle Royale. Who was the first wrestler to have been in the opening and closing matches at WrestleMania on the same night? Who was the first wrestler to do that? I think that's Brett. Because he faced his brother and then he was in the main event. Yeah. Who currently holds the record for winning the most titles in a championship at WrestleMania? Roman Reigns, John Cena, Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker. John Cena's definitely up there. Does this mean retaining championships or actually gaining championships? I'm going to go Cena. Okay. Who holds the current record as the oldest person to have competed in a WrestleMania match at 76 years old? I think it has to be Vince. The little Pat McAfee thing. Yeah. Which city has currently hosted the most WrestleManias? Los Angeles, New Orleans, New York, Chicago. I feel like New York's got to be up there. New Orleans has had quite a few. I'm just going to say New York. Nope, Los Angeles. Okay. Before settling on the name WrestleMania, which was the rumored name that was going to be used in which was the rumored name that was going to be used for the event? Brawl for All, Super Brawl, War to Settle the Score, the Colossal Tussle. For lulz, I'm just going to select the Colossal Tussle. That should not be true. That is awful. Along with Seth Rollins, who is the only other wrestler to cash in their Money in the Big briefcase at WrestleMania and win the title. That was, of course, last year. That was Damian Priest. Who holds the current record as the youngest person to have competed in a WrestleMania match? Nick Cohn. Okay. That was the kid that teamed up with Braun Strowman, won the championships. He was a kid. He's got to be the winner there. Who is the only wrestler to have successfully defended the Intercontinental Championship twice at WrestleMania? Razor Ramon, Chris Jericho, The Miz, The Rock. I'm just going to go with The Miz. No, The Rock? He had it twice? Huh. Okay. Who is the only wrestler to have competed in 4 different matches on the same WrestleMania? I feel like, was there a tournament? Was Savage in a tournament? Yeah. Not counting the Iron Man match between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 12, which WrestleMania match holds the record for the longest at 44 minutes and 35 seconds? Triple H versus The Undertaker, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Edge, and Randy Orton, Steve Austin, and The Rock. I feel like it's the Hell in the Cell. Really? Okay. What was the first WrestleMania to be delayed due to inclement weather? That was, of course, WrestleMania 37, where we got to see Samoa Joe and a big poncho. Who was the only woman to have scored a pinfall victory over a male wrestler at WrestleMania? Don't think Beth Phoenix ever did that, so I'm going to go China. Yes. Beginning in 1993, who was the first to main event WrestleMania and win the WWE Championship despite not winning the Royal Rumble? Bret Hart, Steve Austin, Mick Foley, The Undertaker. Who was the first to main event WrestleMania and win despite not winning? Beginning with 1993. Who was the first to win to main event WrestleMania and win despite not winning? 1993. Nope, it was The Undertaker. Which of the wrestlers has not won the WWE Championship at least 3 times at WrestleMania? Roman Reigns, Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, John Cena. I mean, a lot of Roman's WrestleMania appearances he's been retaining. And then he got cashed in. I'm going to go Roman. Yep. Who was the first wrestler to have competed in a match at WrestleMania and Starrcade in the same year in 1994? I believe that was the year that Hulk went over. Earthquake. Okay. Which wrestler ended the streak by giving The Undertaker the first loss at WrestleMania? That was, of course, Lesnar. Which match holds the record for the shortest at WrestleMania? The Rock and Eric Rowan. Which was the first WWE Championship match to have opened WrestleMania? I think Rollins and Lesnar. Really? I could have sworn that one was first. Oh, that was the Universal Championship. All right. Anyways, including pre-show, which women's wrestler currently holds the worst record at WrestleMania with a record of 0-6? I feel like it might be Asuka. I mean, Natalya. Let's do Natalya. It was Asuka. Okay. Not counting pre-show and dark matches, which wrestler currently holds the best undefeated WrestleMania record of 4 wins and 0 losses? The best undefeated record at WrestleMania. Stone Cold. Nope. Lols. Which gimmick match never took place at WrestleMania? Hell in a Cell, Inferno match, blindfold match, hair versus hair. Was there a blindfold match or Inferno match? Am I stupid? Yes! Am I blanking on an Inferno match? Okay, that was right. Not including pre-show and dark matches, which wrestler currently holds the worst WrestleMania record with 0 wins and 7 losses? Good lord. Let's see. Truth has 1. Can't remember if Goldust or 1. Let's do Dolph. Fuck. Pre-show included, which WrestleMania is the current record holder of being the longest one in a single night? I think 35. That one was horrendously long. Not counting Hulk Hogan impromptu match. Goes up. Damn it. Couldn't get it through. All right, so unfortunately, we just could not beat the 15-minute time limit. Took too long to read most of these questions and get through the answers. So that's my bad. But we'll go through what I didn't get to. Not counting Hulk Hogan versus Yokozuna impromptu match to close out WrestleMania 9. Oh, it feels so good to kind of read slow. Which was the shortest main event at WrestleMania, clocking in at 4 minutes and 35 seconds. And of course, the answer was Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre. Which wrestler currently has the longest stretch between their first and last WrestleMania match? The Undertaker, which would have probably been the most obvious answer. Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan. Who was the first wrestler born outside North America to win the main event at WrestleMania? Becky Lynch is the answer. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, which match is the worst rated WrestleMania match of all time with a negative star rating? And that, of course, is Roddy Piper versus Mr. T. Which was the first WrestleMania that a heel walked out as the WWE Champion? Answer is WrestleMania 2000. That would have been the McMahon in every corner, who I believe Triple H won. Who was the first to sing American Beautiful at WrestleMania? The answer is Ray Charles. Who was the first father-son duo to have competed in the same match at WrestleMania? Vince and Shane McMahon. Who was the only wrestler to have won Money in the Bank twice at WrestleMania? Of course, CM Punk did it in 24 and at 25. Which title has never been defended at WrestleMania? And the answer is the $1 Million Championship. Well, there you go, guys. That's just 50 interesting facts about 40 years of WrestleMania. I'm sure there were many more out there, many more stats, many more facts, but those were the 50 we got. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the quiz done in time. My bad. Apologize for that. But let me know how you guys did down in the comments. Hopefully you did better than me. 24 out of 50. Couldn't even get a 50% on that one. That sucks. Says I got a 48%. Average score 55%. Oh, I did really bad. Well, let me know if you guys can beat a 48% on this quiz. I'm sure you can, because obviously I can't even hit the average, so you guys should be able to smoke me on this one. But hey, better luck next time, right? And also remember to go below the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys. And it's been a while since I've done one of these Sporkle quizzes, so it was kind of nice to do. If you'd like to see one of my older ones I did about a year ago, I'll leave a link right here for you guys to check out. Have a good day. I appreciate you guys.